Hey guys, it's Cameron again, and welcome back to my channel where I talk about books, movies, writing, and all things spooky. Today I'm here with Taylor, my sister. We just got back from seeing the new Halloween film, 2018, and we are going to review it for you. This first one is going to be a spoiler-free review, and then we're going to do another video just after this going in and discussing the film and talking spoilers. So stay tuned for that. First off, Taylor, you have never seen any of the sequels.
I haven't. So basically this is a sequel for me. So I have nothing to compare to. I went in blind.
Yeah.
So
She's seen the first movie. You've seen that a couple years ago, and then we recently rewatched it together.
I've seen it a few times.
Yeah. And then on the other spectrum, I have seen the first movie multiple times and all of the sequels. So I had all of that in my mind when she didn't. So you'll have two different perspectives here. I guess we should start with the synopsis. Obviously, it takes place 40 years after the first film. It stars Jamie Lee Curtis reprising her role as Laurie Strode. And in it, she has her daughter, played by Judy Greer. I forget what the daughter's name is. And then also her granddaughter. And it's basically following Laurie now, 40 years later. She has a lot of PTSD from her experience from way back in the first film. And she has basically spent her whole life ever since then preparing for Michael's return. And she has basically put her daughter through a lot of stress growing up. So it's a very dysfunctional family. Now we are 40 years later. Michael Myers has escaped from the sanitarium that he was in, and he is out for blood on Halloween night.
And can we just talk about that? It's exactly 40 years later. Exactly.
I agree. It seems a little far-fetched when you think about it.
I think they kind of set themselves up for it.
So I think that basically sums it up. Now just kind of getting into our thoughts. So I'm going to ask you,
Yes.
from the perspective of somebody who has never seen any of the sequels, this for you is Halloween 2. How do you think it is compared to the first film?
I mean, I enjoyed it. I think I enjoyed the lead up and the build up to seeing it more than I actually enjoyed the movie. But I mean, I enjoyed it. I'd watch it again. But it definitely does not compare to the original Halloween movie at all.
As always, the original is better.
It's true.
As somebody who has seen all the sequels, I was super excited. This was, like I was telling you before going in, one of my most anticipated movies of the year.
Yeah.
Next to Fantastic Beasts. And I am really sad to say that I am a bit underwhelmed. If they wanted it to be a direct sequel to the first film, I really wish they would have captured more on the tone of the first movie. It felt very modern.
Tone.
Yes.
Tone.
Atmosphere. Atmosphere is very important.
Yeah.
I really wanted those daylight scenes to have that orange autumn glow. I really wanted the night scenes to have that cool blue kind of light at night, which is what the first movie is so famous for.
Yeah. And the trailer looked like it would capture some of that.
Yeah.
But once you actually get into it, it didn't have.
And I will say about the trailers, you see everything that you see in the trailers is pretty much what you see in this movie.
Yep.
I didn't really see anything new. And that's kind of a complaint that I've had about a lot of trailers these days. And I guess it's my own fault for watching the trailer as many times as I have and studying every beat. I should learn from that and not do that. Even if I hadn't seen the trailer, there were parts of this movie that I liked, which we'll talk about. But
you
overall,
have to see it first.
Yeah, you have to see it
first.
and then watch our discussion video. But I just felt like they focused a little too much on the granddaughter, which I understand. It focuses her on her friends. It's a slasher. You need to have characters to kill off.
Yeah.
But the original Halloween actually made you care about the characters.
Yeah.
I didn't want to see Laurie and her friends die. I wanted to see them live. But a lot of these other characters are kind of
just
idiots.
Yeah.
And you don't care
one and
about
done.
them. Yeah. Yeah. It's just like they're there to die. Like you even turned to me a couple of times. You're like, "Oh, we all know what's gonna happen now. He's gonna die. He's gonna die.
Yeah.
You know it's gonna happen. It's a slasher." So I on one hand, I understand why they have those characters there, but I feel like they follow them a little too much. I really wanted them to focus on Laurie.
Yeah.
Jamie Lee.
Yes.
Who is really good in this movie.
Yeah, she did a really great job. And, I mean, she does in every movie she's in. But I felt like the focus was off.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of felt like they didn't focus on her enough. So she kind of had to, you know, take what she could get. But,
Yeah.
Yeah, the other characters, the teenage characters, really had nothing to do with the movie. But I felt like they kind of felt like they were supposed to focus on them when really that wasn't what the movie should have been. It should have been.
It should have been about
Jamie Lee.
Lori.
Yeah.
And her own daughter, who I really liked in this movie too.
And the family dynamic.
Yeah, the family dynamic, which they build on in scenes, but I just don't feel like they focused on that enough. They needed to capitalize on that a little bit more. The humor, there were some parts where I laughed and everybody else in the theater laughed too. There's a really funny little kid that one of the characters is babysitting. I really liked him. But there was a lot of other moments throughout the film that just felt kind of weird.
Like they didn't really know where they wanted to go with it. And they're trying to modernize it too much to appeal to a newer audience. And
the scene like in the dance, where they're having the dance, it was at prom or homecoming or whatever.
Yeah,
and
or just
you
a
see all the
Halloween
teens,
dance.
you know, jumping around, and it just looked like a
Yeah.
freeform TV show.
There was no reason for it.
Yeah, but things that we liked about the movie.
Yeah.
There were a couple of scenes that I really liked, which I cannot discuss here. We would talk about it in the next video. But there are aspects of it I liked. I really liked John Carpenter's new score. It's, you know, the classic score, but he also did add in some new flares in there, which I really dug.
I love me a good score.
Yes, lots of synths and very nice 80s appeal in there, so...
Little quicker tempo.
That's all I'm going to say about it. Really,
Let me pull out my list of things I like.
Yeah. It's not that I dislike the movie. I will watch it again. I am curious to watch it again to see if my thoughts change. I know you said the same thing earlier.
And I have nothing to compare to.
Yeah.
So this is it for me, but I'm
I'm
sure...
going to show her H2O and see what she thinks about that one.
I'm sure when I watch those will be my new favorite, and I may even forget about this one. I'm not sure.
We'll see.
We will have to reevaluate.
But I think it's about as much as we can talk about here without going to spoilers. So join us in the next video. We will talk about our spoilers. You can discuss away in those comments, but leave these comments spoiler free, please. If you've seen the movie, do not spoil anything.
Don't be a jerk.
Yeah, don't spoil anything for the people who haven't seen it. Talk about your spoilers in the next video. So we will see you there. So until then, later creeps.